Brother, who cares? Who cares, brother? Who cares, brother? Who cares?
Welcome back, guys. Episode 5. Today we are talking about confidence, how to build confidence from nothing. We will be covering some aspects of our lives, how we built confidence, but also in general what helped us actually and what we noticed by trial and error. So basically what worked for us, what we tried and didn't work for us. We'll be covering the real confidence actually, not the fake one. Yeah, that's the most important thing. So with that said, let's jump into it. What confidence really is for you actually? How would you define confidence?
That's a really good question. It's hard to define it. It's rather a lifestyle in my opinion. What would you say is confidence?
For me, confidence is entering the room and keeping your head up, or walking on the street and same, keeping your head up, because you are sure that whatever this life brings the situation to you, you will get out of it and you will make the right thing.
So rather being ready for everything that life throws to you and being sure that you're the best in every room that you go into?
Yeah, exactly. So it's not about being loud or cocky, right? It's more about having that experience, the life experience, right? That you can overcome any challenges or any difficult situations in your life. It is something that you prove to yourself over time by bringing yourself to a challenging situation. So challenging yourself all the time. That's how you build real confidence. Confidence never comes when you are sitting on the couch in your comfort zone. Yeah. Confidence comes, that we partially covered that as well in the last episode about traveling. You need to go watch that actually. That driving that 2000 kilometers, right, is giving you the confidence that you are a good driver actually. Driving through different seasons or climates, that's something that is building the confidence. The next time you're deciding whether to go to that road trip, you have the confidence, hey man, I did that 2000 kilometers, so I'm for sure can do this as well.
When somebody asks, like if you're in a friend group and you want to go travel on a road trip and they ask, well, who's gonna drive? I actually had that situation, to be honest. We went abroad with our class, and most of the people didn't have a driver's license, and most of them never have driven outside of their home country. And as you know, like for example in Eastern Europe, the driving is a little bit crazier than in Central Europe. And then you have the confidence like that you say, guys, I have driven everywhere in the world, so just trust me with this job. And
exactly,
that's the confidence.
Right. And that's one aspect of confidence, which is building it through the practice or having that experience so you are confident that you can do that. Another way of building that confidence is to make sure that whatever you promise yourself, you keep doing it.
Yeah.
If you say I'm going to the gym on Monday, you are packing your things and you're hitting to the gym, doesn't matter what are the weather conditions, it doesn't matter whether your cat is sick, it doesn't matter anything. You promised yourself and you keep that promise. And that's how you build another type of confidence. That whatever I say, I'm going to do it.
Yeah. And I also think that confidence has kind of a really big importance generally in doing anything in this world. For example, like coming back to driving. If you drive with confidence, you're less likely to come into situations where you could have a crash when you're driving.
So let's share some personal stories actually from our childhood, maybe when we were young. I mean, you are still young, I'm not. But anyways, how we built the confidence actually. Were we always confident? I wouldn't say so, probably. If it comes to me, I would say probably going to karate built that confidence in me. Having that martial art, that discipline, basically doing challenging things every day. I would say probably that was something that built the confidence from a very young age.
But let's start from the childhood. I think we both were raised in an introvert kind of style. And we have had that phase where we were introverts, where we were not that outgoing, wouldn't like to speak to other people, just would like to keep our circle. And that has changed actually in the last years for both of us.
Yeah.
And before that it wasn't like this. And I think it just has a cumulative effect of like situations in life or things that we do which build confidence in different aspects of life.
Yeah.
For example, I think the biggest part of confidence is gym. Because every time we see each other just going to the gym, and then when we come out of the gym, walking to our car, we both have our heads up. It also depends how good the training was, then our heads go up and down, you know. But it's always, we feel better when we come out of the gym.
That's 100%. I tested it several times and I noticed several times actually stopping the gym because of different reasons, whether that would be injury, that was the time when I was too focused on my studies or work or family. I have to say, guys, I noticed so many times my confidence in any areas of my life dropped significantly. And I noticed as well when I came back to gym how I got back that confidence actually.
And that's just for gym, for example.
Yeah.
But we also, like, I'm not talking about going to parties and connecting with people. Just like walking on the street and complimenting someone on their sunglasses, for example, you know, or wishing them a good day, or talking to someone in the gym for longer than just how many sets you got, you know. It's just different situations in life where you just step out of your comfort zone, and these little challenges that you overcome just build your confidence overall, and you overall just become a more confident person.
But gym helps with that to do the first step, right? Because if you don't go to the gym, so you are not confident in your body, in your posture, then you will have more problems doing that first step, complimenting someone else.
Yeah.
But when you go to gym and you are sure about yourself, that you're looking good, your posture is right, your muscles are there, then you have more confidence to speak to anyone. Doesn't matter whether that's a 10 out of 10 a girl, right, in the gym, on the street, in the mall, anywhere.
And I gotta say, like, when you overcome bigger challenges, for example, you mentioned like speaking to a 10 out of 10 girl, not just a 5 out of 10, for example, you know. The bigger the challenge and that you overcome, the bigger like the confidence builds. Like the bigger your mood gets during that day. I have noticed that really the bigger challenge I just achieve, the success I achieve, no matter the outcome, just that I put myself in this situation, I just feel better that day. And if I was scared to do something, vice versa, you just feel depressed all day.
Yeah.
Because what if? Then the question comes like, what if it had worked out, you know? And I hate that question. And that's why in every situation in life, I just put myself out there without thinking about the outcome. It's better to think like, wow, that was funny. I put myself in a situation where I was hilarious. Well, what can you do? It's better that than just thinking like a week from now on, why didn't I do it?
Exactly.
What if?
Exactly. You know? And then you covered last episode, and then you have stories to tell as well.
Of course,
right?
Of course. You're just a more interesting person.
You sit with your boys and you have guys, you know, I just approached that girl, she ignored me or she didn't speak to me, but you have something to tell. Yeah. Otherwise, what are you going to tell? You know, guys, I was doubting whether I should go or not and I didn't go, you know, but who is going to listen to that?
And if you're like scared that somebody is going to laugh at you, let them laugh at you. They didn't put themselves in that situation. They haven't achieved that. Like Andrew Tate says, what color is your Bugatti? I don't care about your opinion if you haven't done the same things as I have done, you know. And I think just coming back to the gym builds confidence, if your life is miserable and you don't know what to do, I think gym is the medicine for a lot of things in life. Like whatever you take, where should I start? I think the starting point is always gym, because it just teaches you much more than just building your body. It teaches you confidence, it teaches you a lot of things in life.
And I believe your mind starts working differently as well, right? You are more enthusiastic, you are outgoing person, you're getting extroverted, although I'm an introvert guy, I should be honest.
You aren't anymore, I wouldn't say, to be honest.
Well, I mean, I can be both, but I feel better myself when I'm with myself, when I'm focused on things that I love doing. So I would say I'm more of an introvert guy, but I don't feel a problem being extroverted as well whenever it's needed, right? And that's partially thanks to the gym.
I think mostly thanks to the gym.
Yeah, for sure.
Because the most extroverted that I see you, it's in the gym. It's just going up to people and starting to talk. I sometimes even lose my brother in the gym. I just can't find him. He's just talking to some people in the gym. I don't understand. He's become into a celebrity in the last times.
Yeah. That's a good thing. That's the plan actually. But it's not only about gym, right? It's not only about lifestyle or going out to that girl and speaking to her. You need to understand for yourself what is the area that I'm lacking confidence. It can be public speaking. It can be going out and networking with people. right? Whatever it is for you guys, you need to put the practice, right? And anywhere, everywhere. I cannot like stress it out how important it is. Practice makes perfect, right? There is no other way to become confident than practicing that. You want to go network? Go to the networking event. Say 1, 2, 3 and just approach a random person.
That's actually a good. That's actually a good strategy. The 1, 2,
Yeah.
3. Because if you overthink, your mind starts to
Exactly.
look for excuses why not to do this.
In every aspect of
Yeah.
your life.
But when you like think about it, oh, I would like to go network with this person, but he's like higher status and stuff. Before that thought comes into your mind, just say, okay, in 3, 2, 1, I'm going to approach. Then
Yeah.
your mind doesn't have the time to think
Yeah.
about excuses,
Exactly.
and you just go up there. What's the worst thing that can happen? It's always a no that's the worst thing that can happen, just to be honest.
And that builds the immunity against those no's, right? Then it becomes okay, what happened? The world didn't change.
Yeah.
Nothing. I didn't lose anything. I just gained something. I got an experience. I got a story. I learned something from that failure.
And of course, just realistically speaking, you will feel sometimes embarrassed in front of people. But you also have to understand, and trust me, I speak of my own experience, feeling embarrassed that 1 minute, 2 minutes is much better than thinking about it the whole day. Like seriously. And this embarrassment also, this is also like practical, you know? If you embarrass yourself once in public, then the next times just lose the effect. You just don't care about it sometime, you know?
And why the confidence is important, guys? Because imagine ourselves, we are starting a podcast, we are starting a social media content creation kind of journey. And if we didn't have the confidence, as my brother mentioned, we would just start thinking, excusing ourselves, putting why we shouldn't do that, why this is not the perfect time. We just got it and we did it, right? We started it. Whether it's perfect, whether not, who is going to judge? Even if there are people who are going to judge. We are still going to do it. We are still going to learn from it. We are still going to read those comments, even if those are negative. Get that feedback. If it's something important, we will get that feedback. We will adjust it. If it's not important, we are just going to ignore it.
And of course, that was the biggest thought. Like, what are other people going to think of us?
Brother, who cares? Who cares, brother? Who cares, brother? Who cares?
They're not doing better than us. Like, people doing better than you will never judge you.
One of my recent posts, actually, which is very, very important words, actually, it's a very good quote. It's saying, the person who is doing more than you is never going to criticize you. It's only the person who is not doing what you are doing that is going to criticize you. And that's so true, actually. But there are some simple examples as well, right, that we can cover. I mean, we mentioned the gym, we mentioned about doing something that is not in your comfort zone, so challenging yourself. But if you go back in history and look at your childhood, when you were riding that bicycle first, you were not confident about it, right? But what built that confidence actually? It was just a practice, right? You failed, you get up, you try again, you tried something different, and then you got confident.
Yeah.
So doing regularly what is making you nervous will definitely, guys, build that confidence. So go out there, do whatever you want to become good at, and see how you are building that confidence. And of course, go to the gym and you will see the difference.
And generally, just do as much as you can. Like, experience as much as you can. You can't imagine the overall confidence is not built just by gym or just by talking to people. It's the sum of a lot of things that you do. Generally, you can't imagine like small things, how important they are in your life. It's also in business, you know, if you are looking for a client, there are many guys who are trying to sell themselves to the client and like, please take my services, I'm better than the other people. And there are like people that just sit there, and if the client doesn't want to work, they choose the client. The client sells themselves to the seller actually, you know. And that's also confidence. It's like in everything. It's also really important in business. So just put yourself in situations where you get out of your comfort zone. Just put yourselves in situations where you face like small challenges and you'll get somewhere.
But let's also discuss, which is so important actually, what is killing confidence? That's something not many people cover actually out there. And I think the first killer of the confidence can be the social media. The mindless scrolling. And seeing on Instagram, on TikTok, people that are living their lives, that are showing out how they live, those Lamborghinis or Bugattis, etc. And you just sit there and you watch that and you think, oh shit, I don't have this. This guy is confident because he has it. I don't have it. Then I shouldn't be that confident.
Well, social media is a dangerous thing. You can use that as motivation or it can destroy your motivation.
Exactly.
It's like, you choose.
But you need to watch to see what are the possibilities out there. It's not something that is defining you. It's something that you should say, oh, if this guy is doing it, why shouldn't I do it? What are his strategies? What is he doing? Even try to copy that. You will still be much better rather than trying sitting there and thinking how to be creative, how to be different. Well, just copy the same thing, do the same thing, guys. Create the podcast same way, cover the same topics. Post on social media what we are posting.
And you have to understand these people also started somewhere where they didn't feel confident in this vicinity of work they do, you know? Like also starting a podcast, we didn't know what we were doing and step by step we're just learning on the go. So you can't become confident like from 0 to 100. There are like little steps of doing, trying, failing, succeeding until you build that confidence and you become successful. So you just have to shape your own path. It's not like you go on another person's path. You have to shape your own, as they did.
Exactly. But you need to start, right? The most important thing is to start. And then you know how to adjust, how to become different, how to find that niche that is specific for you. But the most important thing in that journey is to start, guys. And also, another thing I think that is killing confidence is the gaming. I see so many people sitting in their phones or on their computers and just playing stupid games. Guys, okay, I get it, I understand. We are sometimes, maybe once per week, we might play something together with our brothers. But it's not something that you have to do every day.
And even if we are playing, like we talk about important things as well. It's not like we're wasting time. We're discussing ideas. Strategies. Maybe the other brother, strategies maybe. Well, not only game things, you know. We're actually also sharing ideas.
Yeah.
Just, it's like making a video call with the brothers, discussing like gym topics. For example, the one brother asks us about gym. We ask him about like, I don't know, business opportunities in his country. And we talk about like practical things and not just about gaming.
Yeah, that's because our brother is like far away. He's not with us, and we are just making that kind of a 1 day, 1 hour, 2 hour kind of a evening where we just connect. We share how the week was gone. We share some thoughts, as my brother mentioned. And it's just more like a connection with the brother and like speaking and talking and making that brotherhood connection rather than just mindlessly playing the game. But so many young people actually are doing that every day. Guys, come on. If you want to achieve something in this life, if you want to be confident, you cannot allow yourself to spend so much time on that virtual world which is not building or giving you anything.
And we're not saying cut these things off completely. We're just saying prioritize important things in your day, complete these things, and if you have time, if you are not like, if you don't want to sleep at the moment, then just go play. Nothing speaks against that. If you were really productive on that day, you are confident of yourself, we can say that you achieved a lot that day, reward yourself with something like this.
Exactly.
But we're just talking about it then that you just don't do stupid things, leisure, and do nothing productive during your day. That's the worst thing you can do because you will not move forward.
And there is a very good quote about that as well, right? It says, if your life is easy now, it will be harder later. if your life is hard now, it will be much easier later, guys.
Yeah, that should be your motivation.
Exactly. So define, if you are scrolling social media, you're seeing those lifestyles and you want to achieve that, then you need that hard-working mindset right now to build your confidence, to build your money right, to build your body right. And maybe after achieving that, you can bit slow down or just allow yourself to do that leisure thing. When I was building my career, actually, whether that will be in academics, whether that will be in 9 to 5, or whether that will be doing some side hustle things, I was not playing at all. I deleted all the gaming apps, I deleted the social media platforms, I sold actually my PlayStation, which was a gift from my brother actually, to play together, because at that time we were living in different countries. I was in Warsaw, he was in Austria, our other brother, he was in another country. And we were, again, initially we were doing that, playing, we were gaming, and we were just speaking to each other. But then I said, guys, I need to focus. This is my grind season. And I sold that PlayStation, and only recently, actually, I bought a new one. Because I feel that I can allow myself once per week for 1 or 2 hours to connect with my brothers and just have some leisure time.
Well, thank God I didn't have the situation where I had to sell my PlayStation, but I find myself like not playing on the PlayStation for weeks, like really not even thinking about turning it on, because your day is filled with things, and when you just come home, you're just dreaming about your bed, just going to sleep and doing it all over again tomorrow. You just don't even find time playing, and you have to just schedule your day in that kind of way, that you go to the gym, learn something new. I'm sure you study also, or work a 9 to 5, whatever it is, and you come home, you do something for your side hustle, and trust me, you will not have the energy to turn on that PlayStation. And if you do, then you have earned it. Then just go play for the 1 hour and then go to sleep.
But some people actually, they get that dopamine addiction, right? And it's difficult for them to have the discipline not to turn it on when they know it's just right in front of me, it's sitting right there and waiting for me, and it's so easy to hit that button. So in those situations, you need to be radical, guys. For me, for example, that was the case. I just understood that it's kind of getting an addiction of it, and there is no way, it was hard for me to discipline myself, and it's hard for, I think, most of the people to discipline themselves not to go to that Instagram on their phone, not to open the TikTok on their phone and start scrolling. So that's why we be radical. Just sell it, delete the apps, or download that application actually, which we covered about, which is blocking your access, and then do the focused work. If you are in the grind season, if you have achieved already and you are in your comfort zone and you think that whatever you have right now is enough, then guys, enjoy, do whatever you want.
But we have also covered in the other episodes like that you can use applications to block your Instagram site, so you just check out. That's really like the last option that you have. If you just can't overcome the addictions, then you have to radically get rid of them. But if you are just in the phase where you're trying to get rid of them, there are a lot of ways to do that in the modern world. There are a lot of applications. There are a lot of trends also, like gamifications of making your life better. For example, the monk mode, which I've tried many times, which just resets your brain. So just practice that, try that. If it doesn't work, if you just can't keep up with it, then you have to be radical about it.
And again, guys, just to remind, you cannot watch YouTube videos to become confident. You cannot read books or read those quotes to become confident. You need to do the real shit actually, which is building the confidence. So go out there and do the things that are making you nervous, that are making you anxious, and you will see step by step how you will build that confidence. And of course, don't forget to go to the gym.
And guys, let's make a game out of this actually. From the time on that you watch this video, the next day you try doing some kind of social challenge, just going up like to 10 people, or just even to one person and trying to start a conversation with them. And just let us know how it went. Share your experiences with us on our YouTube channel or on our Instagram. You can also write us DMs always. You can reach out to us. We're always there to give you advice and to help you on your journey.
Exactly, guys. And don't forget to subscribe and follow us on our channels to stay motivated and to build that confidence.
And with that said, guys,
grind now,
shine later.
peace.